Greetings, Zombie Slayers, Sleepy Jim here. Welcome back to my solo high round strategy guide for the map The Giant in Black Ops 3 Zombies. This is the solo catwalk camping strategy that will allow you to get 2 rounds, 35 plus, very simply, very easily, and get a ton of XP whilst doing so. But also, less than halfway through this final episode, I'm going to be showing you guys a completely different strategy you can use in this map if you want to go to really efficiently to the really high rounds by doing a training strategy and using the traps. So we'll get to that later on, but for now we're still camping here very comfortably on the catwalk. We're using the Bahamut, which is the Pack-a-Punch Drakon, in my opinion, one of the best weapons available in Black Ops 3 Zombies out of the mystery box right now. Especially when you're doing a camping strategy like this, it is a beast. Alright, so might as well hit the box. So there's nothing really I want out of the box right now, just a little bit of curiosity as to what I'll get during the fire sale. And since we have an insta-kill, I'm just going to be taking out a few of the zombies with the VMP. Now the problem I'm facing right now in this game is I'm really low. How do you like that grenade impact kill there? I am pretty much out of ammo in the Bahamut, so we're going to have to train the zombies up a little bit until we get another max ammo. So I'm going to be building up some points with this VMP, and we're going to be training the zombies back through and then up and around here. You don't want to run too far ahead of the zombies because they'll respawn and jump in the windows in front of you, so just be careful that you don't get too far ahead of them. And I'm a little bit hesitant right now of using the traps because I want to use up the ammo in this VMP, and hopefully I'll get lucky enough to get a max ammo drop since we're in a fairly low round still, but then again I might not be lucky enough for that. So if we have to, we'll use the traps to take out some of these zombies. But I can head back and buy ammo off the wall for this VMP, which is one of the main reasons that I got it, as well as its many other uses. Definitely a good replacement though for the Thompson. So I'll hit the trap there, then we're going to go buy some more ammo for the VMP. So keep in mind, in the really high rounds, you could follow this sort of training strategy right here as well, although it's not the same as the more efficient one that I'll be showing you guys shortly in this episode of my high round solo strategy guide. Okay, so still desperately trying to get that free perk bottle drop by using the teleporter, but almost no chance now because of how high a round we're on. The chances of getting any sort of drop from teleporting are very low. But we do get a dog round, so that's good news because it'll mean that I will finally get some more ammo back for the Bahamut. And I might as well use some of the other teleporters while I'm doing this. I've definitely got enough points to waste on this, so here we go. If you're wondering about the face, by the way, in the teleporting animation, that is a zombified Richthofen. I don't know why they put that in there. Maybe it's going to be part of the storyline later on, but it's still pretty funny. If you freeze frame that, you can see like a zombified Richthofen. Okay, so just going to use this teleporter as well. Head back through, see what we can get. Oh, double points. Yay! But yeah, this in a nutshell is pretty much the strategy. The very simple catwalk camping solo strategy for the Giant. And as I said before, for a lot of you fairly new Zombies players who might have just got Black Ops 3 and this is your first experience with zombies, or you know, you're not super confident in your abilities or whatever, this is a very easy strategy that you can do with a minimal of fancy gobblegum, pretty much easy to get weapon, and will get you to the mid-30s plus before it starts becoming too difficult to hold out on the catwalk here. After that happens, you will have to jump down and do some training, pretty much like I did when I ran out of ammo in the Bahamut a round or two ago. But coming up now, guys, I'm going to show you guys a completely separate game, and I'll explain to you. This will just be some of the higher rounds to demonstrate the training strategy that you can do. And this is probably the one that I would use if I was going for like a world record or going for some higher rounds or personal best or something like that, because you can use it basically to get to as high a round as you want. So here we go. Now in this particular game, it's very simple. Once again, a very simple strategy really. The execution is just takes a little bit more training ability, that's all. So I have two war weapons. One is the KRM 262, non-pack-a-punched, and I also have, that's right, the VMP, good old trusty VMP as my secondary weapon. So the key to this strategy is I have not opened the door through to teleporter C here at the back of this area near the power switch. Now the reason for that is it basically stops any zombies from spawning back there in teleporter C area. So no zombies will spawn behind you here, and you can just train relatively easily in this spot here, and then basically use the traps to take out the zombies. The KRM 262 is used primarily for the dogs when they spawn in, obviously after about round 16. And the VMP is the ultimate points builder. So you can see here, I've got quite a few points here, and I'm just spending some time once I've got all the zombies in a group to build some points and wait for the trap to reset. So once you've gathered up all the zombies, you can take them back through and take them through one of two traps. So what I would do now, once I've used up all the ammo in my VMP, is take the zombies back through here. Remember not to get too far ahead of the train. Try and keep them nice and compact if you can. And loop around here a little bit. And then you want to hit the trap as you go through the workshop area right here. So try and hit that fairly quickly. Grab some more ammo off the wall for the VMP. Head back up. Try and keep these windows boarded up a little bit. You won't have too much time, but maybe just put one board on each of those just to slow the zombies down slightly. And then just come back down here. This trap will have reset by now. And just hit that trap. And then if you're in a higher round, you can just basically train the zombies that jump through that one window on the other side of the trap. In fact, the more zombies that jump through that one, the better, because you'll have less to worry about once the trap cuts out. So there is a very distinct sound that the trap makes when it stops working, which you need to listen out for, because the zombies are really, really fast. There's a lot of sprinters. And once the trap stops, they'll be coming straight through there. So you have to just be very careful that you listen for that sound for when the trap cuts out, and get ready to group up those zombies. Now once the trap stops, usually you'll have to do one cutback, like a figure of 8 when you're running the train here. And then after that one cutback, once you're in the higher rounds, you should be able to just do loops after that. So it's actually much easier once you get to round 40 plus doing this strategy. And then once you've got them all grouped up again, just spray them with the VMP to get a few points, and also to wait for the traps to reset again. And you can head back on through to the workshop trap, hit that again, rinse and repeat basically. So I'm going to show you guys this in action for a few rounds, just so you can get a feel for this strategy. And I like to keep at least one board on that window there as well, just to slow the zombies down a little bit for the first time I hit that trap. But it's not too hard at all. It gets much easier once you get to the higher rounds because of how quickly the zombies spawn in. But you still have to listen out for the dogs, especially like right there. They can block you off coming up the stairs, so just be ready to shoot the dogs out of the way after you've grabbed some more ammo for the VMP. And then we're going to drop down again, hit the trap, spray some zombies, and get some more points going. So you should have no trouble keeping, or at least even building points following this strategy to enable you to keep using the trap. So even though the trap's relatively expensive, with the VMP going, you should definitely still be able to maintain the points to keep it going continuously. So this is the end of the round now. So it's still a relatively low round, so we're not getting too many zombies per round. So we're just going to wait for the trap to stop, because we don't want to screw ourselves up by having the trap on cooldown when we start the round. So I'm just going to run this zombie around a little bit here till the trap cuts out. Then we're going to board up this window a couple of times and head back up top. Just giving myself a little bit of time for the traps to reset as well. And yeah, both of these weapons, because they're both off the wall, obviously, I can buy ammo for both of these anytime I like. The other thing that you could consider doing, that I've personally done before, as a bit of a luxury more than anything else, is if you use a perkaholic on this map, you'll get all 7 perks going, including stamina up, which is very useful. And you can also use the wall power perk to pack-a-punch the shotgun. Probably the best thing about the KRM pack-a-punch in zombies is you reload all cartridges in a single reload animation, so it's much quicker and obviously a little bit more powerful taking out the zombies as well if you don't get that headshot. Okay, so we've got a dog around here to get some ammo, which is pretty sweet. But both these weapons, as I said, you can buy cheap ammo off the wall for both of these. Now, one thing to keep in mind if you're going to go for higher rounds using this strategy, because we've kept Teleporter C closed for the duration here, there is one perk machine that will be non-accessible behind that. Plus, you won't be able to do the Easter egg to get, you know, the extra perk, whether it be stamina up or Deadshot Daiquiri. So you just want to make sure that you have Quick Revive and Jug on this side of that Teleporter C door, so you can access both of those. If you don't have Jug and Quick Revive, then you might as well restart the game if you're going to do this particular strategy. But you'd have to be kind of unlucky for that to happen. Now the other thing is, it obviously means you can't pack-a-punch unless you use the wall power perk. But pack-a-punch, because you're only using the BMP for points, and that KRM is already good enough, non-pack-a-punched, to take out the dogs. So that's not really an issue. You won't be able to get the Annihilator. I can't remember if I actually demonstrated using the Annihilator in the previous game in this series, but to be honest, it's not that useful. It's fairly decent power in the lower rounds, leading up to about round, say, 25 or so. But after around about round 25, it's just so low powered, it's almost not worth bothering with. So the Annihilator is a little bit disappointing. It's a shame that no one's really found a way to upgrade that yet. There may not even be a way to upgrade it the way we can the swords in Shadows of Evil. It would be cool if you could, but for that reason it's almost not even worth bothering with that Easter egg to get the Annihilator. Anyway, yeah, we're just rinsing and repeating this strat, and it's a really awesome strategy for getting a ton of points. And as I said, it's a fairly quick and efficient way to get to high rounds playing solo on this map. Most fun way to play the map, obviously. But if you're just into getting to the high rounds, then it's a pretty decent strategy. There are some other places you can run trains in this map. You can run trains in the, well, I used to call it the Thompson room, but I guess now it's the VMP room. The workshop area through here. The automobile garage, or whatever it's called. So you can run trains in here. It's a little bit more challenging, but it can be done. You can also run trains in the Teleporter C room as well, but they're not the most optimal places to run trains. So yeah, you can just shoot the zombies through the trap as well to get a ton of points. Usually when you first drop down, once you get in the higher rounds, there'll be a ton of zombies that you can just get basically tons of points off them. But you just want to watch out for that window and start training those zombies as soon as they jump through it. So like we'll see here, as soon as the trap runs out, just be prepared to do a big cutback when you're running the train. After that first cutback, you should be good to just do loops after that in this train. Actually, I think we might be at the end of the round here. So you're not going to see a demonstration of that here. We might go one more round just to see it. just to see it one last time, and then we'll be pretty much finished with this strategy guide. So, if you guys don't already know, I have done zombies high round solo strategy guides for every single map. Actually, come to think of it, I don't think I've done Bus Depot. I'll have to go back and do that at some point. But I hate that map with a passion, so I'm not sure if I have the patience in the short term. But anyway, all the other maps from World at War, Black Ops, Black Ops 2, and now Black Ops 3, I have solo high round strategy guides. If you want to check them out, there are playlists on my channel for each of those. The last time I did the Riese, I actually combined World at War and the Black Ops version of the map in the one series. Every second round I alternated between the versions of the map, which is pretty cool. Enjoyed doing that. And there's some strategies in that would still work on this map. There are some differences in the way the zombies spawn and the zombie movement and some stuff like that that make some of the strategies a little bit problematic that some of the old school players used to use back in World at War, for example. But I think these two strategies I've shown you guys in this guide are probably a good mix of a super easy one for newer players to get to a fairly high round, and a more advanced one if you want to get to some higher rounds after that. So I hope you guys have enjoyed that. Please remember to rate and comment on the video if you've got some strategies that you're using that are quite effective. Always welcome to share those in the comments section. And I'll be bringing you guys a lot more Black Ops 3 Zombies videos as well. I have posted a bunch of other stuff on my channel as well. I don't just do zombies videos these days. I know that's what a lot of my subscriber base do want to see, and I understand that, but particularly between the Treyarch zombies, there's a long period of time where you just have to do something else or you go crazy doing zombies all the time. So I'm trying to split those type of games off into separate channels. So I have a separate Minecraft channel now, a role-playing game channel, and a survival channel where I do stuff like 7 Days to Die, which is a lot of fun as well. So if you want to check those out, the links are on my main channel page as well. So you can see that train that I ran just there, a pretty good demonstration of that. We should probably get a couple of trains out of this round before the end of the round.
Okay, need to find some ammo.
And just having a few pot shots with the shotgun here as well. Why not get a few extra points? It's not exactly a points build a weapon, but never mind. And just going to wait a little bit longer here for the trap to reset.
This is gonna turn out real bad for you guys.
You just have to be careful warding up that window, because if a zombie hits you from behind, sometimes they can stun lock you in place there, and then it's game over if not using quick revive. Okay, so you can hear the trap reset. I'm going to hit this second trap right here. Grab some more ammo. You can hear a dog spawning in, so just be careful of that. Spawn behind me this time. And rinse and repeat. So yeah, just one final time we'll watch the train building here, and then we might leave this series here for this time. I've already done a Shadows of Evil guide, and really looking forward to the new map when that comes out. Hopefully, I hope that they don't make it like really complex and like upgrading the wonder weapon, stuff like that. Like at this point in time, people still haven't worked out how to upgrade the wonder weapon in Shadows of Evil, which is crazy. There was the original way that you could do with the glitch, but they patched that in their wisdom. Alright, so the trap should cut out right here. We're at the end of the round, and that's where we'll leave this guide for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed. That's it from me. I'll be bringing you guys some more Black Ops 3 Zombies shortly. I have one planned showcasing all of the current gobblegum. But yeah, I'll catch you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Slippage him out.